double off lane. It is going to be, well, the support player is playing the Nyx, so it is going to be a support Nyx. But he went for the Poleman Shield level 1, so he's going to go for like a harassment style Nyx Assassin. It's not a bad idea. It's a very greedy opening as a support hero, but basically the purpose of this is that he's going to sit in the lane and he's going to just trade hits with the enemy and make sure they use all of their regen on doing nothing, all of their regen on hitting him. And, well, you know, it's a support hero, so if he uses 2 tangos whenever they use 5 tangos, you know, it's a worthy trade-off. And he makes sure that the Brewmaster is free farming in the meantime and all of that good stuff. They now go for smoke gang. They try to find a jump on the Invoker. Looks like that's going to be happening. They find a jump. Snowballs come out. The dagger comes out of full, and Armel is going to be slowed. It's going to be spun on the effect of top. He's going to do a little bit of damage back, but you know, that is still going to be a dead person as the Nyx Assassin will move into position. He does have a stun available. Can go for the stun. We'll go in. We'll pick up the stun. We'll pick up the bounty run. Is it going to be worth it though? This seems a little bit greedy from Bombax. He is trying to walk himself away. Looks like he's going to be fine. So he at least secures himself the runes. So it's going to be 3 runes on the side of Clutch Gamers, but the first spot was gained by HappyFeet. That's like kind of close in a trade-off, but either way, first spot is quite a lot of gold, so we will be happy with that. The Invoker will move himself back into the mid lane. He's going to be fighting up against the PA. Kind of an even lane, just because Invoker's always sort of weak against these melee type heroes like PL, PA, all of these heroes. They usually do well against Invoker because he doesn't have that much damage to do. He doesn't have any like harassment spells he can spam out. He just wants to hit creeps and farm. Top lane we have Bombax dropping down on the Nyx Assassin, being a little bit too greedy perhaps, or just allowing himself to suffer from that spin. As that is the one bad thing about going for Poleman Shield over having boots first on a support Nyx Assassin. It doesn't help that much against the spin from the Juggernaut, so he's going to have to stay away from the Jug and just trade hits with Jesse Bash. He will do that. The Impale will be missed by Bombax, but does a lot of damage to this guy. In the meantime, they go in, they have a spin available in 2 seconds again. And looks like they want to go for the spin, they'll go for the spin. Bombax is going to be dropping down yet again, as this is not looking good for Clutch Gamers. They will even go for the snowball, and well, not necessary, but in case it was, they had it ready for Jesse Vash. 3-0 on the side of HappyFeet. So, Clutch Gamers maybe having a better draft is not enough, as they are getting kind of destroyed here in the lanes at the moment. Top lane is being won pretty substantially. The Brewmaster is farming. He's having 3 last hits for himself, but he's like last hitting evenly with the Juggernaut right now. And the Juggernaut is getting a lot of kills. That is the 3rd kill. All of the kills he got, I believe. No, you know, he actually only got 1 of the kills. The other 2 kills was gained by someone else.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Right, let's see the Invoker in mid lane, taking a lot of damage from this PA's spam of the daggers as well, so it's getting more and more annoying as time goes on. Once he's level 6, it's going to be really suffering that dagger spam. Oh, and the PA will even pick himself up a little king rune. That's going to make it even more enjoyable. Bottom lane, the Darkseer is level 2 for now. He does have 7 last hits on him, farming up against that Faceless Void. There's not much the Rubik can do to stop this guy from being in the lane. They pretty much just have to survive in the lane, just have to deal with it, because you can't stop this guy from being here. Faceless Void is not a strong enough laner to force away the Darkseer, and the Rubik has absolutely no power to help. He's moving to the top lane now, as he knows there's not really anything to do in the bottom lane. You can pull, like the only thing you can do is either you pull or you just go to another lane and do something else. Mid lane we have the Invoker dropping down as Jesse Bash made another good rotation on this Tusk, setting up for another kill. That is the 4th death on the side of Clutch Gamers.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, top lane, Nyx Assassin. Another little Impale miss. That's please Bombax, hit your Impales, friend. You need to hit them. They're just off a rusty start, guys. It's just a rusty start. Clutch Gamers, definitely one of the teams I was expecting to go very far and potentially even win this this cup, but this game is not really looking that good, at least at the start. So let's hope that they can pull back after. HappyFeet also doing nicely for themselves now in the mid lane again. PA is going to go for a jump on that Invoker. They might be able to have the kill, and yep, they do indeed have enough damage to get that kill. So Ben gets another one on Armel, and well, it doesn't matter if you're PA mid, as long as you have all the help you need to set up for kills, you can stay relevant in the game, and the Invoker will never get a step into in the right direction. He's sitting on just a null talisman and barely any lasts on top of that. 15 lasteds at the moment, a little bit below that. On the Invoker, the PA is sitting on 20 lasteds. He has a couple of kills to his name. He's almost level 5. So it's going to get better and better for him. He will pick up his phase boost momentarily, and with a Blightstone on top, that is going to be a lot of damage on this PA every single time they shoot out that dagger. Top lane doesn't really feel like this Brewmaster is managing to do that much. I mean, 12 assets as the one lane this is the lane they're doing best in. I would say Faces what is free farming bottom, but he's trading with the Darkseer. The Darkseer is also free farming, and top lane the Brewmaster sitting on half of the Darkseer's farm in a pretty free lane for him as well. I mean, it's not like he's being contested that much. The Juggernaut 23 lasteds, the PA has 25 lasteds, so everyone inside of HappyFeet is free farming. They are 2,000 net worth ahead, and experience wise they're also 2,000 ahead, so they're having a good time. Looks like the Darkseer is setting himself up to go for a Helm of the Dominator pick up this game. Usually considered kind of a dead item to go for, but I guess sometimes you will still see it on a hero like Darkseer, as it does help you. You get that creep up and running. It's good with the P as well, the Juggernaut having that creep available. You can push early by having it, and it looks like both these heroes, they do not want to go for a Helm themselves, so having one Helm on your team just for that aura is going to be pretty nice. The Jug will most likely just rush towards his Manta style, and the PA will go for Desolator Rush instead. Maybe have Lats on top, but we'll see. Right, the PA goes for jump, a little bit of damage onto that Invoker. The Invoker is going to take a lot of harassment as that cold snap back. We're not going to do so much. Dagger flies out, and that Invoker down to 130 HP. Will have to use his down in the meantime. In the top end, the Juggernaut drops down, going a little bit too deep, trying to set up a kill on that Brewmaster. He will finally drop down as Jesse Vash will finish him off, and he will survive. But losing the Juggernaut for that kill, that is not worth it. Now they might lose another one. Jesse Vash, he does have a bottle healing that up as much as he can. He will go for the snowball back onto the lane, and he is going to be fine. Nice move that from the Tusk, keeping himself up and running. There's also a little bounded rune, so he doesn't have to do anything wild and crazy. He just pick that up, heal back up with that bottle, and then everything is going to be good. How they go for smoke, they will be spotted out, as that is going to be the next assassin stopping them from moving. They will shoot out the shots, trying to see what the hell is happening, as someone was nearby, but that was the next assassin, and he instantly moved himself the other way, so they won't find that easy kill they were looking for. Rappy in the top lane on the Brewmaster, 25 HP. Now kind of low, just a little bit low. Using his clap just in case of emergency. The Jesse Vash, does he get a snipe here? That could be big. Goes to the charge. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. That actually hit, but damage didn't. Like the way it works is sometimes like you need to hit it on top, otherwise it doesn't do damage. So he didn't actually do that. In the meantime, bottom lane, the Faces Void drops down to Ben's rotation with that double damage rune available. The Darkseer ended up dropping down as well, but looks like Ben is going to set up a double kill down here. As that double damage rune, Jesus, the amount of damage he does is insane. And he is definitely moving straight towards his Desolator. He will have that up at a very good time, as Ben, he's sitting on double the net worth of anyone else on the side of Clutch Gamers, as that is what kills can do to you. He's sitting 5-0 and 0, and I don't know, man. He's having free farm. He's having the most lasteds in the game, the most kills in the game. He's not died yet, and that damage output is going to be crazy good. So picking up the PA was definitely a logical thing that they did. Iron Shell's available on Ben as well, and he's looking for another jump potentially. He will go for a little dagger onto Jack. He does see the next assassin being there as well, so I guess he will just play it safe for now. Go the other way. The Rubik in the meantime picks up an invis rune, moves himself towards that area, and let's see, maybe they can try and set up on the Darkseer, but the PA is already moving himself back to the mid lane. Tusk was getting a little bit of them in the meantime. Looks like top lane. Maybe the Brewmaster can heal themselves. They can go for the spin. Falls out his primal split just to survive maybe. And he will go for the primal split. He will survive. Maybe do a little bit of damage onto Jules in the meantime. Trying to go on him. The tornado comes out onto that disruptor. They're trying to run him down, but he will have to back himself up now. As he knows this is, this is a primal split to not give up a kill. on the Brewmaster not to take a team fight. And it's kind of close to whether or not that's actually worth it, because it is a 2-minute cooldown. So dying and using the Primal Split for a fight you can actually win might be more beneficial, but he will not die at the very least. Ben goes on to the Rubik. The Rubik takes a crit to the face. He will drop down. The assassin might also be a little bit in trouble. Does have a spike carapace. Only slows him for a little bit. Looks like Ben is looking for a bigger target. He wants the Invoker. He will find the Invoker. He'll shoot attack on them. Maybe think about jumping. Oh, he wants to jump. He will get the jump going. In the meantime, Rappy will move in on the Brewmaster. He's setting up. Ben maybe a little bit too deep. Maybe a little bit in trouble. He'll go for the TP. It looks like he's going to be successful doing so. In the meantime, Jesse Flash, he's trying to move himself away, will be stunned up. And that is going to be the death.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright, maybe a little bit indecisive on how to move around, how to escape, but as long as Ben survives, that's still fine. They got a kill, they lost one person, and they forced pretty much everyone to rotate except for the Faceless Void. Chase them around in the woods for a little while, so HappyFeet, they're going to be the victors of that trade-off in the end as well. The PA is still super fun. We'll have that Desolate up at, you know, roughly like 13 minutes or something like that. Disruptor trying to finish up his level 6 in the top lane. The Tusk is also doing his very best with finishing his level 6. Does have an Iron Shell available in case of emergency from the Dark, so he will pick up his Helm of Dominator in a minute. Let's see what else is happening. Assassin just, you know, banking up some gold, trying to get his own level 6 as well. With that Vendetta being available, he can do a lot more work on the map. The Primal Split is on cooldown for the next 30 seconds. Juggernaut is looking for a jump on him. He will go for a spin. We'll find that opening. We'll have a vision of him. He can go for the Omnis to actually secure the pick off if he wants to, and indeed he does do that. So the Brewmaster will drop down. Oh, but unfortunately he couldn't follow him with the spin. The spin would have been enough damage if he could continue hitting him with it. But oh well, you know, a kill is a kill. It's still a very nice little pick off for the Juggernaut. What else is happening? No big items. The Invoker, 500 gold to go for his Hand of Midas, as definitely did get delayed a lot in terms of items. We have double damage rune available on the PA, so he could maybe look to go for some kind of fancy jump. The Nexus is moving in the meantime. They have a Sentry Ward put in place already, so that Nyx is not going to be able to set up a kill on the PA. And that is the second double damage rune on the PA this game, so let's see if it does the same as the first one, just showing up in the bottom lane and destroying people. They're trying to push this lane down as Dark is going to move in with that Helm of the Dominator completely. He has a little Dark Troll summon available. He can summon some creeps and continue to push.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
At the very least, using those iron shells for something useful needs to be done with it.
Started good. I leave it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It seems like a kind of weird hero to use iron shell on, but he can farm with it. He can just sit in front of enemies and then tank with it and get a lot of farm with it. So not all that bad. You can farm different places with those iron shells available. Let's see, Ben, Desolator completed, double damage rune had been ticked up. He didn't really get anything for it, he just wanted to pick up something else and he had to use that rune. That does activate after a little while, so let's see what he's going to do with it now in the mid lane. He's going to push down the tower in the meantime. We have 3 people in the bottom lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See, they're pushing him down with those iron shells. On the first boy, they lift him up with that. Ooh, Cronus gets baited out. Jacko will survive. Gets the time lapse off in time, but looks like he would have been able to get the time lapse off either way, so it was very close to being a kill. They didn't have enough to actually go for anything more. But that was like too close for comfort. They go in, snowball shots, hit it with an uppercut, drop him down to like 100 HP, force out a Chronosphere, and this is the same thing as what happened in the top lane. They go on and they force him to use that big spell defensively. And that's something you cannot allow them to do, because if HappyFeet can just make them use their spells in a bad way, then, like, again, top lane, Brewmaster goes for his ultimate just to survive. The Juggernaut goes in, spins, TP's out, and then that's going to be the end of the situation, as the Brewmaster's ultimate is going to be on cooldown for the next 2 minutes. So using it in this way is not really going to be ever worth it. You survive, but you get nothing for it. You have to wait another 2 minutes where you're just farming at, I don't know, man. And now Ben Goes for a jump onto Rappy, does a lot of damage onto him. Will back himself up for a little bit, maybe look for another jump. He goes in, he gets one hit off, he backs himself up, but he doesn't want to be greedy. They try to keep him in place, have another attack available. They should get the kill here, and indeed they both have a kill back onto the jump as well. Might be punished here. Sunstrike comes out, they finally get the kill. As he did not need to go for that jump. The dagger was enough to kill him, but he was like, you know, in one hit out, in one hit out, in one hit out. This time Ben will feel the suffering. That was about time. About time that
Radiant's
happened.
middle tower has fallen.
About goddamn time. So, well, that's a lot of net worth being given away with the PA dropping down 7.3k net worth PA at the moment. The Juggernaut still farming nicely, moving towards that Mantis House still. Yasha is completed. The PA wants to go for BKB, understandably enough, the next item. Since BKB is necessary, the Darkseid trying to rush towards this mechanism with help that Helmet Dominator, and they take bottom lane, they're trying to jump onto Jacko, they go to the uppercut, he will drop down very low, he does have a time lapse available, and he will be killed, as that is going to be Jesse Vice finishing him off. This Tusk has been very, very active in the kills all game long, and that is another big one. The Faceless Void, they know the Chronosphere is on cooldown, they know the ProDotA split is on cooldown, so they just look to take fights everywhere. And I mean, even if they're not on cooldown, they're still going to look to take fights, as all they can do in those situations is, if they force out a chrono, if they force out a split, they just back up. They just back up, wait until it's over, and then continue. And from where they started. Top lane looks like the Juggernaut and the Disruptor is going to be in position. Juggernaut is seemingly alone, but the Disruptor is hiding himself in the trees. He will show himself
Radiant's
up now.
bottom
Bomb back,
tower
he's going to be shot out, he gets pushed back. Static Dunk comes out on top of that, he's going to be controlled. Big Dust starts from the Juggernaut in the meantime, looks like the next assassin is going to be killed here. Trying to find a sneaky opening on that Disruptor, on the Jug or something, but again, just not happening. They get denied in everything they try to do. In the meantime, in the sidelines, we do have the Faceless Void with a Midas completed, actually. Alright, so he went for, okay guys, I'm very far behind. I need to get some items this game, kind of pick up with that Midas. I don't mind in this game though. I feel like the start they had was bad enough to justify going Midas, honestly. And that late game is not bad. Like, you know, you have an Aether position control, you have an Invoker with the Midas as well. He will scale nicely at some point, once he gets a little bit more AFK farming down his throat. And the PA is building a very early BKB, so the later the game goes on, the more fun the better time you will have taking fights on the side of Touch, most likely. So yeah. See if they can make that work. Blink is complete on the ProDotA, so he's moving towards Midas as well as the next item. The next assassin is trying to rush Midas himself. He might be, I mean, he could definitely pick up a Midas as well, but I guess he wants to Blink first so he can be a little bit more useful in the team fights.
Is under attack.
See in the back line. Face the PA moving in, daggering the Invoker in the face, forcing him away, but didn't kill at the very least. Tier 2 down the bottom lane will be taken down. Tier 1 down the top lane does get traded off as Clutch Gamers, they just take whatever they can get on the map for free. Maybe looking for a jump on someone as Rappy puts himself through. Meanwhile, next assassin is going to be on Bombax. Sensual gets put down. Bombax might be a little bit in trouble. They go on him, they finally jump on Onside comes out. That is going to be a dead next assassin. They go for the corner sleep. They don't catch anything as they're not going to be in any position to get any kills here. That is a wasted corner sleep. Now Jacko is going to be in trouble. Static Dome comes out on him. Wall is punched as well, and that is going to be a dead Faceless Void. They get a glimpse back. Disruptor gets hit by an Omnicide from that Rubik. Stolen Omnicide, but now the Rubik will meet the full wrath of the 4-man Iron Shield, and that is a lot of deaths. Oh, nice pick off on the Disruptor with that Sunstrike. I think Burger does manage to at least find that pick off. At least that much went to the way of Touch Gamers. But they lost a lot of heroes. They lost 3 heroes. They will lose Aegis now on top of that. So very good fight for the side of HappyFeet, and that is one step closer to getting so far ahead that you can just close out the series in a matter of minutes. The PA will complete his BKB in 1000 gold. Juggernaut will have his Mantis all up and move very, very quickly towards the Diffusional Blade, which is going to be a lot more damage his way. And that's an amazing item pickup against Faceless Void, as he relies on his mana to survive in fights. The Tusk has Medallion completed, so also a decent amount of farm on this guy. The Disruptor has his Urn completed, the Mechanism is done on the Darkseer, so there's just so many big items. So many big items completed on the side of HappyFeet. And as for Clutch Gamers, They are all looking at very, very small sets of items. The Faceless Void is trying to rush towards a Silvage pickup. He has almost a Shadow Blade with that Midas on top. The Brewmaster trying to get that Midas needs 700 more gold. The Invoker very close to finishing his axe. That is going to be a nice upgrade for the team. And the next assassin will pick up his Blink as well. But it feels like it's not necessarily having Blink initiation that's the issue. It's just, you know, taking fights properly. Taking fights where you get a Chronosphere off that hits people that matters. You get a Primal Split off that does something in the team fights, and you don't use them defensively. We have not seen one single Chrono or Brewmaster split that was used aggressively. They were all used defensively and trying to save people. Or trying to salvage a lost fight. Let's see Armel hiding in the trees now, will be spotted out by the Tusk. He doesn't quite have vision of him right now. They go on him, they finally jump on him. The Mogo will be taken down as that. Ghostwalk is not going to keep him up and walking. Jesse Vash sets up for another big kill. Worth the use of smoke in the meantime. Let's see. Trapper scouting out a little bit, seeing what's happening. It's just a little ward on the high ground there, and that is going to be the T2 tower in the mid lane. Maybe they even move on further. Just throughout the Aegis, they have the BKB and the P as well, so they don't really have anything to be afraid of. It looks like they are just going to go high ground now. This assassin will be jumping on the side, comes out on them with the dust already being used. All Max will survive. They try to go on further, will get the kill finally as he used his shrine, but did not manage to survive. That's one trying to kill him. Primal comes out from the Brewmaster in the meantime, but they already one person down there. Looks like the PA. Chronosphere comes out on top of them. The Suspect comes out on the Jug. The Juggernaut might be taken down here. That's going to be a big pick off as the vacuum wall into the static storm from the side of HappyFeet. They will turn things around. They will kill everyone from the side of Clutch Gamers as they lost the Invoker. They lost the Faceless Void. The Rubik will be killed in the background. Scrappy's ultimate will end, and he's going to be the next one to be jumped on. The dagger in the face will almost drop him down instantly as Ben. One more dagger might be enough, but they will just focus on the buildings, focus on the towers. They need to get racks now, as that is what they will try themselves to do. Ben still having that Aegis available, he will be jumped on, he will be hit by an impale, but he's still very tanky. He's still not going to drop down. Now they glimpse back, bomb back on that class. They go for a vacuum, they go for initiation onto Rappy. He will be lifted up into the air, and Rappy will be taken down as well. 2 dead on the side of Clutch Gamers. Fortification comes out, the Rubik and the Invoker and the Faceless Void will respawn in 3 seconds, but there's no Chronosphere. Invoker will have to land some sort of combo without having the setup of the Chronosphere. The Metarax will be taken down slowly by the PA. Still having those daggers failed, will go for dagger onto the Rubik. Will be stolen by the Rubik, so he can maybe shoot them back a little bit, but he doesn't do nearly enough damage. And now, the Metarax, Jacko goes invisible with that Shadow Blade. Will be hit by those bombs on the strike zone. In the meantime, Ben will back himself up. That's enough. That is enough. Well, they don't really have a reason to force anything more. They got the Minerax. The range track doesn't really matter that much. They can still use the Aegis as they picked it up like 2 minutes ago, so they still have a good amount of time to work with that Aegis. They can go for the Shrine in the top lane. They can take the tier 2 down in the top lane as well, and then go for another high ground push if they want to. I mean, the Brewmaster split is going to be available with the Chronosphere in 20 seconds, but it looks like that is going to be a tough situation from Clutch Gamers. They have to go for smoking. They have to find them on the map, as if they get a proper initiation off with that Chronosphere Invoker combo, then they can definitely get kills, but they need to get a good initiation. 15,000 net worth now on the side of HappyFeet. As item-wise, they pick up a Blink on the Darks here. Another big item. Juggernaut finishes that Diffusion Blade halfway towards his Blink. The Disruptor, well, not really anything big right now. I guess he has a Glimmer Cape on the way. Yep, indeed, Glimmer Cape is up on the Disruptor. The PA moving towards the MKB, so just more damage. They just have to worry about that Brewmaster's Drunken Haste. The Tusk has his, let's see, Solar Crest completed. What else?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Blink, Axe, Brewmaster has his Midas moving towards the Vlads. The Faceless Void goes towards that full-on, this is full Silvage. And Rubik, nothing whatsoever. keep on going as the teams are once again ready. And let's see the final steps of this game. Can Clutch Gamers push themselves back into the series? The only way they can do that is by getting like a 3-man corner off, I believe. They need to get the Jug, the Darkseer, and the Touch in the corner. Otherwise, it is not going to be a good situation, because any of these 3 heroes, like the Darkseer, he can go for Vacuum Wall and then force the enemies to sit in the Chronosphere as well. He can mechanism people up and try to keep them alive. The Tusk can obviously just go for Snowball and just roll through, pick people up, make sure they don't get hit by like Meteor and the Sunstrike, which is a big part of the damage. So you need these 2 heroes to be caught in the Chronosphere, and then you need to get like either the Jug or the PA killed on top of that. The PA, well, the Aegis is gone now, so I guess they don't have to worry about that anymore. HappyFeet, maybe they wait for next Roshan. That could be a logical thing. They can take the bottom shrine if they haven't already. Yeah, they have already taken it. So no shrines, no outer towers. It's all about the high ground now, and let's see how they do it inside of HappyFeet. Maybe picking up another set of items. The Jug will finish up his blink, so he can go a little bit more aggressive. The Darkseer, get those speeds completed as well. The PA is trying to finish up his MKB as fast as he can. He only needs about 500 more goals. It looks like he desperately wants out that MKB, so he doesn't have to worry about evasion when they go for the next fight. In the meantime, the next assassin rushing towards his Act himself with the Invoker. Let's have his Act completed, blink on top, so just picked up that blink. They got the faces for it. Let's have a Silver Edge done now, but I'm not sure that's going to be good enough. It's good against the PA, of course, but he does have a BKB, and I mean, unless you use that Silver Edge like in the Chronosphere, you don't really get that big a benefit from removing his evasion. But we'll see. The Dog sends out illusions. He will move himself around. Will bring himself away. He scouts out that smoke gang, and that is going to be Clutch Gamers 5-man smoke moving back to the basin. Oh, they get a glimpse though. They get a glimpse in the Rubik. That is going to be a little bit troublesome. The Rubik might be taken down. He's going to be killed. Then goes to BKB, goes in, tries to initiate. They will back themselves up. The buyback came out from the Rubik. The Primal Split was used by the Brewmaster as well. And again, they forced out a big spell from the side of Clutch Gamers. They'll be happy with that. They will just back themselves up, play it safe. In the meantime, the Brewmaster goes in with that. Looks that watery illusion sets up on the Darkseer perhaps. Tries to go next assassin in the meantime. Goes for the spike surface. Will maybe be jumped in a second. Bombbacks loses the vision of him. They don't have any more detection, so the Bombbacks will be surviving. Attacking on the south from the other side. Will go in. Faces Void Brewmaster both dropping down. They get the kill on Amil on the Invoker as well. The Rubik drops down, and that is the combo they were looking for inside of HappyFeet. As they got that blink back to roll off. Bombbacks will be the next one to drop. 5th one dead inside of Clutch Gamers. GG will be called. That is the end. HappyFeet, they annihilated Clutch Gamers into this matter. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just like that, they killed them. The vacuum back wall combo with that stat.